Bear with me for a second. Let me put y'all on game. I've been thinking about the movie American History X a lot lately. Like, a lot. Specifically that shower scene. You know what scene I'm talking about. This scene right here, right? And I think about what that supremacist says to Edward Norton's character. He corners him and he says, "You want to be black? Then we're going to treat you like you're black." And then he proceeds to do the most violent, psychotic thing to Edward Norton's character. And all because Edward Norton's character befriended a black guy. And by befriend, he just coked and joked and folded laundry with this man. That's it. And in response to that, this supremacist attacks Edward Norton's character in such a horrific way. And a lot of things stick out to me about that scene. First, the fact that these supremacists didn't attack the black inmate. But that's mostly because they understand, as much as they would love to, that black inmate is part of a community. And you're not just attacking that one person, you're gonna have to go toe to toe with the entire community, right? So they can't regulate on those grounds. But he could regulate and make an example out of Edward Norton's character, and that's what he does. It's a very punitive and violent way to set an example that we're not tolerating checkerboard shit over here, you know? And I guess I just think about that movie so much lately because that Klansman in 1998 has a podcast in 2024 and is fantasizing about gunning down citizens. That Klansman in 1998 has a think tank and can go on national television and talk about how the civil war that's already occurring will remain bloodless if Democrats allow for it to remain bloodless. Which kind of denotes that no matter what, these Klansmen extremists are going to be violent no matter who's president, you know? And I also think about the appropriators. You know, the Inquinchuaches who appropriate black culture, black aesthetic, black language, all this other shit, you know, like that's a closer relationship to blackness than just playing basketball and folding laundry with a black person. You know what I'm saying? And we see what they did to Edward Norton's character. Imagine what they're gonna do to these people when we hit that intermediary period where those supremacists start cleaning up shop, start cultivating their in-group, out-group within their own community. Imagine what they're gonna do to the appropriators, you know? And appropriators are slow. They mad slow. They don't know what it actually means to stay woke. Because motherfuckers is creeping and they will find you and catch you sleeping. They don't know what that actually means, right? So they're gonna be slow on the uptick. I am pretty sure there's gonna be quite a few of them, more than several, that are gonna be made examples of before everybody realizes that pretending to be black can turn into a blood sport mad quick. You can go out there with your box braids or your Bantu knots or your Grinch finger dreads if you want to, but somebody in your community will absolutely give you a close shave if you do that. And it might be your brother or your dad or your mom or your neighbors or your coworkers or somebody you go to church with. But when we hit that window, that's what those people have to look forward to. And that's wild, you know? Because that's American history. That's American history that we don't even fucking talk about. Like, we can't even get to the section about what these supremacists were doing to people they deemed race traitors. Because these dumb motherfuckers are stuck on feeling like a bad person. Like, we can't even get to the shit that actually pertains to them. Because they're just slow on the uptick. They're just slow on the uptick, man. And that's going to be such a detriment to them in the long run. Such a detriment. So yeah, at the end of the day, I don't really get mad at people appropriating black culture. Because I truly understand now that everybody wants to be black until it's time to be black. Until it's time to be treated like one. And oftentimes, people got to be made an example of.